Yes, man, 1117. How y'all doing on Twitch, YouTube? Probably watching this on YouTube. I'm assuming. Oh shit! Ignore that. I'm streaming this on Twitch right now, so we're just hanging out. Gonna make some predictions, but this is gonna be a YouTube video. So, hello, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna predict the schedule, or I guess the record games for all 32 NFL teams, and I have this nice little website in front of me that makes it very easy because once I predict a game, it adds it to another team, so I don't have to go through every single team and pick 17 games for every single team because I'm a dum-dum and I would probably contradict myself and forget. Luckily, this little website keeps it all here for me. So, I'm excited to do this. I'm quite looking forward to this. I like making NFL predictions, and I just say let's get to it. Let's start off with each team. I'm going to go in order on the screen from AFC to NFC, all the way down left, then all the way down right. I obviously, when I get to my team, will let you guys know, just so hopefully there's less bias than at least amount of bias as possible. But obviously, it's very difficult to talk about that when we get there. You're not going to be able to see my mouse, so I hope you can deal with that. But just going to talk about each team and what I think about them. Starting off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, hear me out. I'm going to say something maybe a little bit bold, I don't know if this is a bold statement. I don't think the Steelers are going to be that great this year. Now, I don't think they're going to be awful because I think they have a really solid head coach. Their defense is still, as a unit, pretty damn good. But they lost a lot of pieces. They lost a lot of pieces on defense, especially, and their offense, their offensive line is not as strong as it has been historically. Big Ben is getting up there, and you don't give him a rock-solid offensive line, especially at his age, and he's going to struggle. They're also, and I think, one of the best divisions. The Bengals, give or take, but you have the Ravens and Browns, who I think are both going to be really good this year. I just am not super high on the Steelers. I don't really agree with the first-round pick, getting a running back. Look, running backs are good, they're great, but you always go offensive line if you need help there. That's exactly what they needed in the game against the Browns. Their last game showed that in spades, and I just don't think the Steelers are going to be that great this year. And starting off against the Bills, they're losing to the Bills. I'm just going to say it right now. I think the Bills are going to win this game. Yeah, I think the Bills just outmatch the Steelers in almost every way, and I just don't think the Steelers will really be able to generate enough points on offense, and I just think their defense is not going to be able to stop what is on paper going to be another electric Bills offense. Even if, a lot of teams may start off slow, the Steelers are going to have a tough time here. Steelers and Raiders are very difficult for me. I kind of view both of these teams very equally in terms of how good I think they're going to be. Not in their composition, because I think the Raiders' defense is still very questionable for me. But I think I'm much more confident in the Raiders' offense. I'm not pretty Steelers are not really confident in either or. I think the Steelers are home here. But I just think looking at this, I'm gonna go with the Steelers on this one. They are at home. I think maybe they'll get a win here. And yeah, I think they match up pretty evenly with the Raiders, and I'll just be generous and give them a win there. I'll also give them a win against the Bengals at home. I'm not super confident in the Bengals offensive line. They're looking pretty rough as well. Their defense, especially their pass rushers, are a little bit questionable. But I think the Steelers, they have, I don't know what happened to my screen. Sorry. Jesus Christ. The Steelers have the power on defense, and the Bengals have the power on offense. There we go again. Sorry. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. This is why I probably should have recorded this, but whatever. Okay. Or should have, rather than stream this, so I could edit this out, but I'm streaming. Whatever. That was fucking weird. Anyway, let me refresh this page. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck. The Bengals, I think, actually have pretty good weapons, offensively. But without a solid offensive line, I'm just kind of questioning on them. It's the same way I feel about my team, coincidentally. But yeah, just generally speaking, I'm not super fucking high on the Bengals this year. And the Steelers at home, sorry. Yeah, gonna pick the Steelers there. no doubt. Going against the Packers. Packers at home. It's a tough place to play. I think the Packers are going to be another solid team this year. Even Aaron Rodgers at his worst, they're still going to be fucking good because Aaron Rodgers at his worst is still better than almost every quarterback in the league. Going to go with the Packers on this one. I'm going to give the win to the Steelers against the Broncos. I think they match up pretty well against the Broncos. I think the Broncos offensive line has me a little bit worried. But I think the Broncos defense could easily shut down the Steelers. So I think this is going to be a defensive battle for sure. But I just have a little more confidence coaching-wise in the Steelers than I do the Broncos. And I think coaching is going to win that game. But if this game was in Denver, I absolutely would pick Denver. I absolutely would. But I'm going to pick the Steelers for this one. But despite the Steelers being at home against the Seahawks, I'm picking the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are going to be good this year. I don't know if they're going to be as good as they were last year, and they struggled in the second half of the year, no doubt about it, also with their offensive line. The Seahawks go in this weird mode where they always start off super fucking hot. Russell Wilson is killing it by like week 5, 6, 8. Everyone's like Russell Wilson MVP. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember last year, even the year before that. Both times, like everyone's like Russell Wilson MVP immediately. Like no one's gonna outpass him, and then he slowed down. Mostly because of his offense and his offensive line, and the defense took over. But I just think this matchup isn't really that close. I think the Seahawks are going to be significantly better than the Steelers. The Browns at home. They have a bye week, of course, week 7. But the Browns at home against the Steelers. I'm gonna give the Browns this one. I don't think the Steelers are taking this by any means. I'm not super confident in the Steelers offensive line holding up against the Browns defense. That may lack the depth it did last year, but I think the Browns are going to run all over the Steelers. I think that, it's going to be hard, I think, for the Steelers to keep up with the Browns in a lot of ways. I just think the Browns are a better team, top to bottom. However, a team I don't think is better are the Bears. I think the Bears are going to struggle this year. Their defense is going to regress a little bit, and they have a rookie quarterback. And I know people are super high on Fields, and I think that Fields is going to be probably have a good career. I'm pretty confident in that. I think he's actually a good pick. But rookie quarterbacks historically struggle. Reading defense, making pre-snap reads. Working with their offensive line, and the Bears offensive line is, it's not awful, but it's not anything I would write home about. And they've relied almost entirely on their defense these past couple years. And I just think their defense is going to regress a little bit. And I'm just not super confident in the Bears this year. And their coaching as well. I have a feeling that they might have a new coach next year. I'll just say that. The Lions are in full rebuild mode. As you see, when I pick the Lions games, I have them losing most of their games. Like they might be the worst team in football this year. There might be only one team that may be worse than them that we'll get to. But the Lions are going to be awful. The Steelers have an easy win there. The Chargers I think are going to be a lot better than people think. I genuinely believe that. Again, another team that has a very suspect offensive line, but Herbert looked great last year. Whether I have a sophomore slump to be determined. Their defense, isn't anything to write home about, but it's definitely improved. They definitely have the weapons, although they did lose their best tight end. But they have great receivers. They have good running backs. I think they're a pretty decently coached team, or have the potential rather, with a new coach, to be a potentially decently coached team, especially compared to last year. But despite having pretty bad coaching and not that great of a team around Justin Herbert, he had a really good year. That being said, I think they're developing. And they are at home. This is hard. I mean, there's not really much of an advantage playing in LA. It's hard for me to really pick this game. I think it's a coin flip game. I really do. But I'm going to give this one to the Steelers. I'm going to be a little bit generous. I'm going to give this one to the Steelers and say they take this one. And there we go. Next game against the Bengals. I never really like picking an opponent to sweep, a divisional opponent, unless I'm confident in them. You guys might say, well, of course the Steelers are going to sweep the Bengals. They didn't sweep them last year. They did not sweep them last year. They split with the Bengals. Remember they lost that game and they 12-0, 13-0. Then they lost to Washington and then the Bengals. I think it was that order. I don't remember which order it was in. Regardless of that, I think I'm going to say the Bengals split here. It's unfair. I think for me to say the Bengals don't split here because I think the Steelers are going to be a worse team than they were last year. And even if, let's say, they sweep the Bengals, I think there's a chance that there's another divisional opponent that I may have them split with. They lose both games against. So we'll have to see. Finally, they play the Ravens. They are at home, and you may think that, hey, that means that they're going to win this, right? They're going to win. They're at home. I'm not confident. I think the Ravens are a much improved team. I think their defense is really solid. Steelers are going to have a hard time. Steelers are going to have a hard time here. I'm picking the Ravens. I think the Ravens are just a better team. Steelers are going to have a rough go at it here, for sure. Looking at the Vikings and Steelers. Now, the Vikings, Vikings are a weird team. I think the Vikings are going to have a step up. They're at home here. I think that their defense is a little bit... It's better. This still is their weakest part of their team, though, I think. That they're going to rely on their offensive line and their running game as they should. It's just, can the Steelers... Again, I think defensively, the Steelers are going to be decent. They're not going to be what they were last year. I think they'll be a solid, top 15... top 10... Maybe even 10... I'll say top 10 defense. Top 15 defense. Maybe. Potentially. Top half defense for sure. They did lose a lot of their best pieces, don't forget. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to pick... I'm picking the Vikings here. I know, and this is actually going to be the Steelers' longest loss stretch. I am going to give them a win coming up, though. Don't worry about it. But I'm going with the Vikings here. The Titans and Steelers, I'm just going with the Titans. I think the Titans are going to be a better team than the Steelers. I think they have improved a lot defensively. I think offensively, with Derrick Henry and their offensive line, I think the Titans are just, they seems the Titans and Steelers always have a good game every year. I think this is going to be another one of those, but I think the Titans take this. And you look at this, I mean, I think the Steelers could definitely beat the Bengals, but I have them losing 4 in a row here, and I have them losing actually 5 in a row against the Chiefs, because the Chiefs, I think they're going to smoke the Steelers. I think that the Steelers may defensively hold them back from being as explosive as they, usually are. But again, with the offensive race, the Steelers aren't going to win this one. Sorry. I just really am low in the Steelers this year, I guess. But I do have them beating the Browns. I had them splitting the Browns. I think, again, I could see the Browns sweeping them, but I could also see the Steelers sweeping the Bengals. So I'm just going to split it that way. I think between the Browns and the Bengals, the Steelers will go 2-2. That's genuinely what I think. The Ravens, however, I don't have them splitting. I have the Ravens sweeping the Steelers this year, and I'm sure Ravens fans love to hear that. But it is what it is. It is what it is, right? What are you gonna do? That's 6-11. I don't know what this Week 19 game is here with the Bills. I'm not sure what that is about. I'm going to have to look into that. Why is there a... Wait, let me go to the Bills schedule really quick. Yeah, why is there... Does everyone have a Week 19 game? Why? Wait, why do they play the... That's confusing. Wait, why are they playing... There should be 18 weeks, right? Because there's 17 games? I'm going to look into this. This confuses me. I'm going to pick this really quick. I'm just going to pick the Bills and see what happens here. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't change their record. This is weird. I don't know why this is repeating, but I'll just pick the Bills. Yeah. Either way, I have them going 6-11. I think this is genuinely, I know, I'm really low in the Steelers this year, and I could be very wrong with this, and we'll see if I am. But I think this is going to be Mike Tomlin's worst year. I think Big Ben's gone after this. I'm not confident in them. I'm really not. I think they have some injuries, and they have some good receivers. Don't get me wrong. I just am not super high on the Steelers this year, and I'm sure Steelers fans don't want to hear that, but it is what it is. We're going to move now to the Bengals. Let's talk about them. As you see, I already have them being 1-1, splitting with the Steelers. In week 1, I have them losing against the Vikings. I just think the Vikings are going to be a better team than them. Week 1's weird though. You look back every week. There's a lot of week 1 games. I mean, Jacksonville beat the Colts last year. Every year there's that weird game where it's like, oh shit, is this team better than we expect or worse than we expect? And then you look back and go, that was a weird game because, you're getting into the flow. You're coming off of, there's less film on a lot of rookies and a lot of other whole teams as a whole. Like, it's just kind of a hard game to prep for. Roster changes just happen. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I think the Vikings are just going to be better than the Bengals. But I could see the Bengals winning this one. Bengals and Bears, tough for me. Very tough for me because I think the Bears are not going to be a great team this year. But they are at home. So I'll be generous and give the Bears this. And they're going to lose to the Steelers. Going 0-3 in their first 3 games. You know what, though? I'll give them Jacksonville. I think on Thursday night, I think that home, as when I get to Jacksonville, I think Jacksonville's in the middle of a rebuild. They got their rookie quarterback. Guess what? Rookie quarterbacks struggle. I think Joe Burrow will put on a pretty good game. I think the Bengals will beat the Jaguars. And you know what? I'm thinking about it. Give me a second. I'm thinking about it. I got the Bengals beating the Bears. I changed my mind on that one. I'm just thinking about their offense and Joe Burrow. Like, they can't protect him, but I'm not scared of the Bears defense. I'm not scared. I'm scared of the Steelers defense. I'm not scared of the Bears defense. So I'm actually giving them the win against the Bears. They're not going to beat the Packers. I'd be shocked if they do. It's going to be hard for them to keep up with that offense. But I think they'll easily keep up with the Lions offense and beat them. I don't see them having a problem with the Lions whatsoever. I think the Lions are in rebuild mode. The Ravens are going to have trouble with. I think the Ravens will end up sweeping them. I'll even pick the other game. I think the Ravens end up sweeping the Bengals. Not super high on the Bengals against the Ravens. Just again, not really that high on that. Bengals and Jets. This is tough. I'm gonna go. Ooh, this is a tough one. You got a rookie quarterback with the Jets and Zach Wilson. They're rebuilding, offensive and defense getting rebuilt. And, I mean, the Jets killed it with the draft. I think long-term, the Jets are going to be better. But you have Joe Burrow, who I think is just that offensive line. If that offensive line can hold up and their defense can play not like complete trash, they have a good chance of being the Jets here. I'm going to have to think about this one. The Jets are at home. Oh, man. This is tough. These are the games this is why I do this. This is a tough game. On paper, both these teams are very similar, I think, in their skill level. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna give this one to the Jets. I think the Jets are gonna be, they'll pull out a win here. And the Browns will also pull out a win against the Bengals. Yeah, the Browns' defense is still solid, although I think they're going to be a little less solid than they were last year. I think it is still at some points, with their front offensive line, their depth concerns me if I was a Browns fan. But the Bengals don't scare me. I think the Browns, and especially with the Bengals, again, offensive line is questionable, and they're good against them. Bye week, got a lot of coin flip games here. We have another one here, but I'm going to give this one to the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to be better than the I didn't mean to get rid of that one. The Raiders are gonna be better than people think. I think they're gonna be better than the Bengals, honestly. All right. I'm splitting with Pittsburgh. It's just fair. It happens with divisional opponents. I'm giving the Chargers this one. I think the Chargers are gonna beat the Bengals here. I think the Chargers just have a stronger offense, stronger defense. Both their offensive lines are questionable. Both have rookie quarterbacks that were drafted in the top 10. So this should be an interesting game. But I'm going to give it to the Chargers. I'm also going to give this to the 49ers. As we move into the 49ers, they're going to be improved regardless of what quarterback they have. Their defense is stout. The only problem with the 49ers last year and a couple years ago, if you don't remember, is staying healthy. They just have their team that last couple of years, even though they made it to the Super Bowl 2 years ago when they were fully healthy, it seems every other year this team is very significantly not healthy. So as long as they can stay healthy, then I'm not super worried about the 49ers and the Bengals. I think the 49ers wins this game. Broncos are at home against the Bengals. I'm picking the Broncos for this one. I think the Broncos are going to be a good team. Are going to be a decent team. Not great, decent team. Like all right team. Better than the Bengals. Like I said, Ravens sweep the Bengals this year. I think they're a better team, and the Chiefs are also going to beat the Bengals, and I think even the Browns are also going to sweep the Bengals. I know I'm not giving the Bengals a lot of love at 4-13. That's harsh. That's a harsh one. I'm going to be a little generous and give them an extra win because I see them as a 5-win team. I know you're like generous, 5-win team. I see them as a 5-win team. I'll give them a win against. Should I say the Jets? Or I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll give them a win against the Jets. I'll give them the win against the Jets. I'm less concerned with like each individual game. I just think that the Bengals are a 5-win team, finishing last in their division. But because they're in a tough division, They split with Steelers, and I think the Browns and Ravens sweep them. It's tough. It's not easy. It's tough. Going to the Browns. The Browns offensively, Baker Mayfield is a game manager, I think, as of right now. I think that's all they really need him to be. They got some of the two best running back duos in Nick Chubb. Oh, man. Sorry. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Offensive line is really fucking good. Really fucking good. One of the best offensive lines in football. Maybe the best offensive line in football. Good coaching. That wins you games. However, they're not going to be... I could see them being the Chiefs. I'm being honest with you. I could see them being the Chiefs, but I don't have them beating the Chiefs here. I had them easily beating the Texans, and I had them easily beating the Bears. The Texans are a whole fucking mess that we'll get to them later. And like I said, I don't think the Bears are going to be that great this year with a rookie quarterback. I'll give them the Vikings. I think they can beat the Vikings. No problem. Well, little problem. Tough game. Both those teams are structured very similarly with, all right, game manager quarterbacks, really solid running back with a good offensive line and defense. It's pretty good. I think the Browns defense is better, coming off a better year. I think the Vikings defense is a little more improved, but the Browns didn't really need to improve their defense. The Browns really didn't need to improve much, and they did. They drafted well. They got some of their weapons coming back. Mostly in OBJ, who we'll see how he does. They seem to do better when he was out. That's a story for a different day. I have this one going to the Browns. I also think the Browns can beat the Chargers. Another tough game, though. I think the Chargers are going to be a lot better. But I think the Browns can beat the Chargers. Browns and Cardinals are hard. I'm not super high in... I'm not low in the Cardinals this year. I think the Cardinals will be what they were last year, maybe slightly better. But I'm going to give this one to the Cardinals. I think that they'll pull off a couple of upset wins. And I think this is going to be an upset. But I'll be generous and give this one to the Cardinals. I'll give the Browns against the Broncos. I think they match up extremely well against the Broncos. I know the Broncos have a fucking really good defense, mostly secondary. But I'm not super confident in the Broncos' run defense, and that's what the Browns specialize in. Like I said, I think they're gonna sweep. Well, I don't know if they're gonna sweep the Steelers. We'll get to that later. I have them splitting the Steelers. I think that's fair. I have them sweeping the Bengals. The Patriots, I'm going to give this one to the Browns. I think the Patriots are going to be good this year. People are overhyping them, I bet. They got a rookie quarterback. And I know a lot of people love Mac Jones. You're never going to hear me go hog wild for a rookie quarterback. Now, I know there are cases that, that would be foolish to do so. Good example would be 2016 Cowboys with Dak Prescott. But that team around him was so fucking amazing. And the team around Mac Jones is good, but I don't think it's that good. Like, defense is fucking really good. Offensive line, pretty good. Got some weapons. I think he's going to struggle. I think the Browns beat him here. I think the Browns also beat the Lions. I have the Browns splitting with the Ravens. Wow, they play the Ravens bye week than Ravens? I'll just pick the home teams here. I think the Ravens will win and the Browns will win. So I have them splitting with the Ravens. I have them beating the Raiders. I think they're a better team than the Raiders overall. I think defensively, offensively, they're just a stronger team. And I have the Packers beating them here. I don't know why there's a Ravens game here. I'm not going to pick that. 12-5. A really solid year for the Browns. Going to be a top team. Win the division. Maybe win the division. We'll get to the Ravens. It's going to be a close divisional race. But we'll get to that when we get to that. The Ravens, on the other hand, looking at their schedule, it's harder. than the Browns, which makes sense because they're playing a second place schedule. Oh no, they're playing. Yeah, second place. They finished in second place last year. All three teams, or three of the four teams in the AFC North made it to the playoffs. This is a great division last year. I think it's a great division this year too. Although a little less great because again, I'm not super high on the Steelers and Bengals, but I am high on the Ravens. I have them beating the Raiders week 1. I think they got that. Now the Chiefs. That's tough. Historically, Lamar Jackson has not done well against the Chiefs. I know it's a sexy quarterback battle, Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes. The Ravens are home Sunday night. I gotta sneeze. Give me a sec. You know what? I'm making a bold prediction. Oh, man. They lost their running back. It's hard for me to pick against the Chiefs. It's hard. I have to pick. Can I look at the Chiefs' schedule really quick for this one? Yeah. You know what, boys? I'm giving this to the Ravens. I think the Ravens pull out a win here. Shocking win. I know. Shocking win. I'm not going to get into that game anymore. Ravens beat the Lions. I'm very confident in that. Ravens will... Oh, man. The Broncos are nothing to sneeze at, but I think the Ravens will win this one. Only because, again, I'm not really confident in the Broncos' run D. I'm confident in their passing defense, but I'm not confident in the running defense. I think the Ravens win this, go 4-0 in their first couple games, and then extend that to 5-0. Yeah, I'm high in the Ravens this year. Sue me. I'm high in the Ravens. I'll have them beating the Chargers. And they're going... Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-0. 7-0. It's looking good for the Ravens, right? It's looking good. I even haven't beaten the Chiefs. I'm a fucking madman. Oh, man. I'm going to go with the Ravens against the Vikings. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I'm gonna go with the Ravens and Vikings with Dolphins. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins for the Ravens and Dolphins. I actually think the Dolphins are gonna be that great this year. I just think the Dolphins match up well against the Ravens. I think this is an upset. Circle Thursday night coming off short rest. Mark your calendars, boys. My first upset. You think I'm just gonna predict, not upsets? No, I'm gonna mix them up. That's my first upset. Dolphins are gonna beat the Ravens, but the Ravens will beat the Bears. Still at this point, looking pretty good. I think they'll split with the Browns. I think they'll split with this. I think they'll sweep the Steelers. I think they outmatch the Steelers. They'll split with the Browns. They lose to the Packers though, and they're gonna lose to the Rams. I think the Packers and Rams are gonna be really fucking solid this year. 2 NFC juggernauts. The Ravens just have to play. And I think both those teams will outmatch the Ravens. I really do. Even though the Ravens are at home against both of them. The Ravens have a lucky schedule, man. They're home against the Chiefs. They're home against the Packers. They're home against the Rams. That's their 3 hardest games right there. All home. Ravens got lucky. I'll give them home against the Chiefs. I'll take the wild card one. It's an upset. I'll give them that upset. I'll give the Dolphins that upset. But I think the Packers and Rams beat the Ravens. I genuinely believe that. So there you go. 13-4. 13-4. 1 win better than the Browns. 5-1 in their division. Really fucking solid division. I think the Ravens are going to have a great year this year. Lamar Jackson is going to, I think, have as long as they stay healthy. I know they lost their running back, but their team never runs through their running backs. Their running backs help them, but their team never runs through their running backs. The team runs through their offensive line, their tight ends, and Lamar Jackson. I think all those are going to be solid. No doubt about it. And coaching. As well. So that's the AFC North. I got the Ravens, Browns, Steelers, and Bengals. Cool, right? Let's go to the South. Let's start with the Titans. I obviously already have them winning 1 game against the Steelers. I think week 1, I'm going to give them against the Cardinals. I think they match up well against the Cardinals. Again, I'm pretty high in the Titans this year. I like what they did with their defense. They obviously got Julio Jones. They got I'm not a huge fondue as they call him, Janoris Jenkins, whatever. But they got Bud Dupree. They got they did a good job at free agency. They put a lot of money in free agency. And I think they're at their peak. They're at their peak. If they don't have a good year this year, it's not going to get much better for them, because they're going to have a lot of contracts and they're going to have a lot of a lot of people to pay. But with no doubt about it, when you got the defense that you had last year improved, which the defense wasn't phenomenal last year, is actually their weak point. They did lose Adoree Jackson, which I think is a loss, and I think he's Janoris Jenkins is a way cheaper version, especially at this point in his career, with where he's at compared to Adoree Jackson. But I think overall their pass rush has improved. And Derrick Henry's going to be a beast, and especially week 1 against Cardinals. I have them winning that one. The Seahawks. I'll give this one to the Seahawks. I'm not going to disrespect the Seahawks. I think this is a close game. I can see the Titans winning this one. This is like a coin flip for me. I think you can actually flip a coin, can't you? How do you flip a coin? I know it's like you can flip a coin here, but regardless, yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks here. I'll give them the Colts. I'll have them split. I don't know. We'll get to the Colts. I have them winning at Colts week 3, because at this point, I think we're pretty sure Carson Wentz will be back. We're not sure about Quentin Nelson. T.Y. Hilton's going to be out. The Colts just seem to be having injury problems this year. They're their injury bug. I guess Carson Wentz brought that with him, because it was the Eagles last year. It was the 49ers last year. It was the Eagles the year before. And this year I think it's going to be the Colts, unfortunately. So I have the Titans win this one. And I have the Titans being the Jets as well. I think the Titans match up well against the Jaguars. However, even though the Titans did destroy the Bills last year, if you don't remember, was that in Tennessee? I think it was in Tennessee. It might have been in... That might have been in Buffalo. I was actually in Tennessee while that game was going on, but I can't remember if that was in Tennessee or not. I don't remember. I went to Tennessee for a vacation, and I was leaving Tennessee, and I was listening to that game on the radio, and I had a 15-hour drive home. I don't remember who won that one, but I know who won it, but I don't remember who was at home. But regardless, I think the Bills are going to take this one. I think the Bills are just going to be really fucking good this year, and I think that even the Chiefs are going to be the Titans, having 2 losses in a row. Close games, though. Titans will compete in that game, but I'm going to give them to the Chiefs and Bills. This is tough with the Colts. The Colts are at home. My heart wants to say split, but I think the Colts are so riddled with injuries, and I think they're going to have a tough year with injuries, that I'm going to give this to the Titans. I know. I don't think the Colts are going to have an off year this year. It's just right now, how can I pick the Colts? I don't even know who's going to be playing. I am high on the Colts. They have a great defense, a great offensive line. Carson Wentz, we'll see. Great receivers. They got Kwity Paye, who went to my high school, of all places. That's kind of crazy. I was in high school at the same time as him. That's fucking wild. But regardless of that, I'm just not super high on the Colts' weapons, receivers, especially T.Y. Hilton out. And Wentz at his best had great weapons, and I think people underestimate how the Colts don't have like spectacular weapons, right? They need pass rush help, and they got it, no doubt about it. Their pass rush is going to be fucking great, but with the injury bug hit them, man. I think that they're going to be the 49ers, where they just have a lot of injuries. But I'm going to give the Rams Titans. The Rams are at home, not necessarily a huge advantage. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm not going to disrespect the Rams. I think the Rams defense is going to really give the Titans a real hard time, flinging the ball around and scoring points. And I think the Rams are enough on offense to beat them there. The Saints, a lot of people are sleeping on the Saints, but I think the Titans are going to be better than the Saints. Marginally. Not significantly better, but marginally better than the Saints. Because I'm not super high on the Saints defense. I think we'll see with the Saints defense. They're going to sweep the Texans. I'll tell you that right now. That's 2 wins right there. Looking good there. Patriots, that's a tough one. Mike Vrabel coming to New England. That's a tough one. Mac Jones, a rookie quarterback, though. Going to have to play against Bud Dupree in that defense with the corners that are solid enough. I'm going to give this one to the Titans. I guess I'm just not as high on the Patriots as most people are. Sorry, I'm just nearly not in this case. Sorry. I have them beating the Jaguars. I guess that means they're gonna sweep the Jaguars. We'll see how long they do that because the Jaguars could be an emerging team, but I don't think the Jaguars coaching is that great. I'm not super confident in Urban Meyer, and the rookie quarterback as well. Even though he's probably going to be a rookie quarterback that's going to be rookie of the year, I think he's going to have Trevor Lawrence have a great year. Titans 49ers is fucking hard. I'm gonna save this game actually. Why do the Bills keep repeating on these lists? By the way, it's kind of weird. The 49ers, Titans, I want to come back to this one. I'm going to give the Titans a win against the Dolphins, though. Put them at 12-4. But I'm going to give the 49ers this win. I think the 49ers pass rush will give them a hard time. I think the Titans, you look at their record, 12-5. I gave them 6-0 in their division. And I'm actually going to change that because I don't think that's fair. I think they'll go 5-1. They're going to sweep the Texans and Jaguars, though. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is a weak division this year. I'm sorry. I think this is a weak division this year. The Colts are going to be a solid, I think maybe 8-win team as we'll get to them. But the Texans may be the worst team in football. The Jaguars are going to be a lower team in football, rebuilding, right? I'm thinking like the Giants, like 2019 with rookie Daniel Jones. That's how I see the Jaguars. Now, I think Trevor Lawrence will have a better year than rookie Jones, than Daniel Jones had in his rookie year. Although Daniel Jones had a pretty damn good rookie year besides the fumbles. But the defense, not great. Not great. You got some good pieces on there like Josh Allen, but I'm not super confident in the Jaguars. So I have them doing that. I have goes. Bold prediction. Titans. The bold prediction. The Titans are the only team in the NFL to go 6-0 in their division. I'm saying it. Titans are the only team in football. I think they benefit from a weak division, and they're going to win the division. I think they'll do all right in the playoffs. We'll see. 12-5, though. 12-5. AFC's loaded, bro. Colts is tough, man. Colts coming out hurt. I had them losing their first two. They're hurt. I think the Seahawks and Rams are nothing to joke with. I think both the teams are going to be good, especially the Rams. I'm high on the Rams this year. As you'll see, I'm fucking high on the Rams. I think the Colts aren't going to win this one. I know. Oh, I have them losing all of these 5 games. And I even have them, believe it or not, losing to the Dolphins. I just think they're going to have injury-riddled year. They're going to start off rough. They are. This is a rough schedule. But they'll beat the Texans. They'll even beat them twice. Where's the other game? They'll even beat them twice. The 49ers, I had them losing against. The 49ers are too good for me. The Titans, I had them losing against. But I think they're going a little bit of a winning streak here. I think they'll beat the Jets. And I think they'll beat the Jaguars. That's what I have. I'm also realizing now that this is playoff games. That's what's calculating here. I'm just realizing that now. Okay, that's what it's calculating. We'll get to that later. Patriots, Colts. Oh no, I'm up here. Sorry. Patriots, Bills. I'm giving this to the Bills. Yeah, I'm also got to give the Bucks. I got to give the Bucks credit here. I know, tough. This is tough. I'll hold the Patriots. I'll give them the Cardinals. Upset. I'll even give them the Raiders. And I'll give them the Jaguars. Right? Looking at this, not bad. But I'm giving the Patriots the win here. I think the Patriots will beat the Colts. I know, 7-10. You know what? Going into this year, I was super high on the Colts. I was thinking 11 wins. 10, 11 wins for them. Maybe even 12 wins for the Colts. Not anymore, man. This is a tough schedule. You got the Seahawks. You got the Rams. You got the Titans, the Dolphins, the Ravens. You have the 49ers. You have, again, you play the Titans twice. That's tough. You got to play the Bills and the Bucks. You have to play the Patriots, who I think will be all right. This is a tough schedule. And they're facing the injury bug this year. It just seems to be the case. I mean, T.Y. Hilton's missing a lot of times. If Quentin Nelson and Quentin Nelson and Carson Wentz come off super healthy and they're back and they're at their stride in week 5, it's good. But at that point, that's a tough schedule. I think if they have a backup quarterback, the first couple weeks they're losing those games. especially against the Seahawks and Rams. And the Colts, admittedly, they're playing the NFC West. They have the Titans in their division. I think they'll go 4-0 against the Jaguars and Texans. But yeah, the Colts have a tough year. Sorry, guys. I kind of flipped my mind on the Colts. I really did. Colts have a tough year this year with their injuries, and it's insane. Look at their injuries list right now. It's really bad. Speaking of bad, the Texans are gonna fucking suck this year. They cleaning house. They're getting rid of everybody. You lose, obviously. Who knows what's going on with the quarterback, Deshaun Watson? Who knows with the allegations? He wants to be traded. I'm gonna make the assumption that he doesn't play this year, or if he does, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna make the assumption even if he does play this year, their team is that. Even if he does play this year, they won 5 games last year. They are still feeling the effects of Bill O'Brien. I mean, he fucked them. They had no first round pick. Like, he just fucked them over. They didn't have a pick until the 3rd round last year. What free agency pickups are, like, Phillip Lindsay is like the only one I can think of. Nothing spectacular. Maybe a couple other defensive players, like one from the Patriots. But, like, yeah, the Texans are going to be that. It's either the Texans or Lions that are going to be the worst team this year. But at least the Lions are rebuilding. The Lions are rebuilding. They're just starting. You're right. But they are, going to start rebuilding. The Texans are going to have a couple years of recovery from Bill O'Brien's awful GMing to even start rebuilding. So I'm giving the Jaguars the win week 1. I'll split though. I'll split with the Jaguars. I'll be generous. They're not going to, the Texans are going to be bad. I don't know if they're going to be as bad as the Jaguars were last year, but they're going to be really bad. I'm giving the Panthers the win. I'm giving the Bills the win. I'm giving the Patriots the win. I'm giving the Cardinals the win. I'm giving... I'm giving... You know what? No, fuck it. I'm giving Jaguars both wins. Nah, I'll split it. But I'll actually give the Texans week 1 win because they're at home. It doesn't matter. It's split, though. It's split. I'll say that much. The Rams are winning this one. The Dolphins are winning this one. The Jets are winning this one. The Seahawks are winning this one. Fuck it. They're winning 1 game. Am I going to stick with that? Let me look. They play the Colts late in the year. By the time they play them, they'll have probably all their players back. And even if they don't, the Colts will smack them. Dolphins. I can't think of a team that could even... The Jets, maybe? I could see them coming close with the Jets. But I'll give them the split against the Jaguars. That's what I'll give them. Awful. 1-16. Awful this year. Really bad. They draft the quarterback with their number 1 overall pick. 1-16. Terrible year this year. Bold predictions, I know. Jaguars. I already have the Texans beating them. That's a bold prediction. I even had the Broncos beating them. I think the Broncos have a pretty good defense, and their offense is good enough, I think. Cardinals, I have beating the Jaguars. As do I the Bengals and the Titans. I think that the Jaguars will also lose to the Jets. I mean, to the Dolphins. No, not the Jets, the Dolphins. I think the Seahawks would be the Jaguars. I think the Bills would be the Jaguars. Like I said, the Colts. The 49ers would be the Jaguars. I'll be generous. I'll say the Jaguars beat the Falcons. But they ain't beating the Rams. And I say they beat the Jets. But they're not beating the Patriots. 3 wins? Nah, I'm giving them 4 wins. Let me give them an upset. If I had to pick one upset, what would it be? I'm picking one upset for the Jaguars. You ready? One upset. You know what? They split. Nah. Oh, man. I have them at 4 wins. I really do. Maybe not. Maybe they're a 3-win team. I mean, I'm thinking about this. The Texans, they split. The Broncos are really, they outmatched the Jaguars. Their defense is, I think, going to really give Trevor Lawrence a tough time, especially their secondary. But I could see that being a closer game. It's either the Broncos or the Colts they could split with, maybe. I don't have them. I have them winning 3 games. AFC South, disappointing. AFC South, disappointing, I guess. Let's go to the AFC East. So I have the Titans winning that by far. I guess, yeah, it's it. One team from the AFC North. Two teams from the AFC North, one from the AFC South. I think the AFC East is going to be a pretty good division this year. I think the Bills are going to beat the Steelers. I think the Bills and Dolphins, I'll be generous and I'll split. I'll give the Bills the loss at week 2, and I'll give the Dolphins the Dolphins to win at week 2. Bills win week 8. I'll be generous. They'll beat the football team, although that's a tough team. That football team people might sleep on a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to split this. Bills Chiefs. Chiefs are at home. I gotta look at the Chiefs schedule. Chiefs aren't winning every game this year. Their offensive line is a little bit sketchy. Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be generous. Bills win this one. Away at Chiefs. Bold prediction. I just think the Chiefs' defense isn't, and their secondary isn't spectacular. You know, they have great safety play, but I mean, I could see the Bills. I could see this being a throwing competition. I could see the Bills winning this one. The Bills beat the Jets. The Bills at home against the Saints on Thursday night. I'll get back to this one. They're splitting the Patriots. I know, bold prediction. You're not gonna, with a fully loaded Patriots and Bill Belichick's gonna be hard to beat them. And I also think they even, the Saints and Bucks are I'll give them the Saints. I'm gonna give the Bucks the win against the Bills. It could be the other way around. I could see the Bills beating the Bucks and losing to the Saints. Although I'm not as high as the Saints as I was last year. I think they're going to be down a couple pegs. And I'll give them that one. I think that's fair. I also think they beat the Panthers, they beat the Falcons, and they beat the Bills. Yeah. 14-3. It's weird looking at this, seeing 14, 12, 12, 13 already. But I just remember there's 17 games. So that would really be the equivalent of 13, 11, 11, 12, which is, yeah, very possible. There we go. Bills have a good year this year. Solid team. Josh Allen is even more improved. They made some good acquisitions. I'm confident in the Bills. Barring injuries, I'm confident in the Bills. Patriots are a weird fucking team this year, man. Rookie quarterback, great offensive line, great defense. He is almost in that position that Dak Prescott was his rookie year, but not as good. They don't have like a Ezekiel Elliott rookie year running back level, or that offensive line isn't that good. It's good, but not how good it was for the Cowboys that year. Mac Jones could have a surprise year. Bill Belichick's a good coach. I have them splitting the Dolphins. The Jets. Patriots their team's not super healthy right now. They're missing some of their weapons, but I think they'll be back by week 2. So I say they get the sweep against the Jets. And I'll even say they beat the Saints. I even say week 3 they'll beat the Saints. At home they'll shock the world. Tom Brady's going to come in and beat the Patriots, though. I genuinely believe that. Buccaneers top up and down, just a better team. Patriots are going to beat the Cowboys. Pretty confident in that. I think the Patriots defense will hold up well against the Cowboys offense, and the Cowboys defense is going to be awful. So I think Mac Jones will have one of his easiest games there. Chargers and Patriots is tough. I actually have them pretty equivalent with each other, but the Chargers offensive line is suspect. So I'm going to give this one to the Patriots. Genuinely, I am. I'm also going to give them to the Panthers. I'm not giving them the Browns. I'll give them the Falcons. I'll give them the Falcons. I'm not giving them the Titans or Bills. I'll give them the Colts. I'll give them the Bills and the Jaguars. And I'll give the Dolphins one. Yeah, 12-5. Yeah, that's generous. I have them more at a 10-win team. So I'm going to have to change this. I had them as a 10-win team. But now I'm looking at their schedule. How can I say they're a 10-win team? This is not a hard schedule. Especially with the Colts, I think aren't going to be that good either. The Falcons aren't that good. I'll give the Chargers their due respect and say they pull an upset. You got to give one upset. Every team, almost every team in the NFL, no matter how good they are, gives up at least one upset, and that's their upset here. We'll see how they are. Dolphins gonna lose to the Patriots, but will beat the Bills. Like I said, they're gonna split the Bills. I think they'll split the Bills and Patriots. I genuinely believe that. I also think they'll beat the Raiders here. I just think they match up well against the Raiders. But I'm not super high on the. I love their coach. I think they'll have a decent defense, decent receivers. Tua doesn't. My confidence is not sold in him. I see the Bucs winning this game, but I had them beating the Falcons. The Jets. You got to give the Jets a win eventually, and I'm gonna give an upset win here. Split with the Jets. Upset win. Upset win alert. The Panthers, Dolphins. I'll tell you one thing. They're losing to the Saints. You know what? I'm going to be bold here. They're going to lose to the Panthers, and they're going to lose to the Giants. How about that? How do you like that? Bold prediction over here. 9-8. 9-8. Third place. Dolphins. Below the Patriots. Can't believe I'm saying that. Bold prediction. I'll talk more about the Giants and Panthers when I get to them. But I think Tua's going to have to develop a little bit. And I just think overall, like, their defense is good, but I think they got a little bit lucky last year. They caught a little bit of a break. Their special teams really carried them in some games last year. I don't think it's going to happen this year. Tough schedule. Tough division, too. The Jets are rebuilding. I know right now I have them at 2-9, but I'll be honest with you. I think they beat the Panthers week 1. Bold prediction. Upset. Upset alert. I think they're going to beat their former Sam Darnold quarterback. I know. Bold prediction. Bold fucking prediction. The Panthers are going to be a weird team this year, but I'll get to them when I get to them. They're going to lose to the Broncos, I think. And I'll even have them... We'll get back to the Falcons. The Jets and Eagles are tough. I'm going to give this to the Jets. I think the Jets will beat the Eagles this year. I'm going to give the Saints. I'm going to give the Jets, and I'll give the Jets against the Falcons as well. There we go. 6 wins. Yeah, 6 wins. Yeah, that's fair. 6 wins this year. An all right, a much better year, and for the Jets, an all right year. And trending in the right direction for sure. They killed it with the draft. I think some of the rookies develop. I think the Jets fans will be confident going into 2022. Not winning the division, though. Tough division. Get to that later. The Chiefs at 4-2 right now. I have them losing to the Ravens, losing to the Bills. I know. Controversial. I know what? I'm going to have them splitting with the Chargers. I really am. But they're going to destroy the Eagles. Football team's tough. Football team's going to be a bit tough, I think, because that D line's fucking crazy. And they're going to have, but I could see them having a tough game here, but Fitzpatrick isn't going to be confident, so I'm going to give them the Chiefs. I'm also going to give them over the Giants on Monday night. I'm going to give the Packers this win. I just think that the Chiefs' defense could struggle. Their offensive line is going to be good, but yeah, I could see this being a shootout, and I could see the Packers winning this one. I'm going with the Packers for this one. Chiefs, Raiders. I'm actually going to have them split with the Raiders. I give the Raiders 2 losses in a row. I know, crazy. Crazy, right? Crazy. 5 wins. They win every other one of their games. They're going to... I'm having them sweep the Broncos. Yeah, 12-5. 12-5. I know, you look at this. You know what? No, I got to be fair. I'm going to change my mind with the Bills. They beat the Bills. They beat the Bills. Yeah. 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 Both the Bills and the Chiefs got 13-4. As do the Ravens. Yeah. 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 I'm looking at this and I'm thinking. Yeah, I think the Chargers and Raiders have a surprise wins, and that puts them at 13-4. Yeah, I'm confident with this. I know, bold prediction. Bold prediction. Chargers. Tough. Football team's tough. I'm giving the football team the win here. Their D line is so fucking good, and the Chargers offensive line, so suspect Herbert's gonna have trouble. And I think the Washington's offense will do enough against Chargers defense to win this one. Cowboys? Shit. I have them beating the Cowboys. I'm saying it. Bold prediction. Chargers upset the Cowboys. Cowboys fans lose their mind. Chiefs are going to beat the Chargers here. They split with them, though, I think. I think they beat the Raiders here. We'll talk more about the Raiders later. The Browns are going to beat them. The Ravens are going to beat them. They're going to beat the Eagles. Vikings, I'm going to give this one of the Vikings, although a close one. A close one, that's for sure. Giants, Chargers, tough. Giants and Chargers both have suspect off lines. Running game, the Giants are better. Defense, the Giants are better. I'm going with the Giants. But I think they'll bounce back against the Chiefs. I know, losing to the Giants, but beating the Chiefs. I know, crazy. Football's crazy, man. Y'all don't forget. Y'all make your predictions and forget how crazy football is. Y'all don't realize the Steelers went 12-0 last year and then lost to the fucking Bengals in Washington. Like, football's weird. The Seahawks lost to the Giants last year. It's fucking weird. It's weird. There's always weird games. And divisional games are always very hard to predict. But I'll have them split with the Broncos. How about that? And I'll have them beat the Raiders here. I'll have them... Oh, man, this is tough. Do I really have them as a 9-win team? Yeah. Yeah, this is actually good. I know. I know I have them... I know I have them sweeping the Raiders, but splitting with the Broncos. I think between those 4 games, they'll go 3-1. How about that? I think the Chargers will be decent this year, 9-8. Not making the playoffs, though, what I have here. Because you have the Ravens, the Browns, the Titans, the Bills, the Patriots. Why are they not... Oh, the Dolphins are making the playoffs, though. I guess just with the games I have them winning. Right? Do I have the Dolphins and Chargers going head-on? Did they go head-on this year? They don't, but I guess the Chargers barely miss it out. I have them as a fringe wildcard team, so maybe that's what they have the same record as a wildcard team. Just like the Dolphins shouldn't have been a playoff team last year. They weren't. The Chargers are going to be that this year, and the Dolphins squeeze it through. All right, we'll come back for playoff predictions in just a second. Let's get to the NFC with the Packers. They beat the Saints. They beat the Dolphins. Bold prediction, lose to the 49ers. 49ers shock them. I think their pass rush is going to be really good. I think the Packers are going to be really good, but I'm going to give this one to the 49ers. The Packers are going to sweep the Bears this year. Calling it right now. Bears are going to have a rough year, as we'll get to in a second. Football team, I'm giving this to the Packers. Cardinals, giving this to the Packers. I'm going to give the Seahawks a bone here. Oh, sorry, I meant to pick the Packers. I'm going to give the Seahawks a bone here. And I'm going to say they split with the Vikings. I think the Rams beat the Packers here. I genuinely believe, very, very, very slightly, the Rams are very slightly a better team than the Packers. Very slightly. And they beat them there. But they beat the Lions here. So 13-4. Yeah. I have a lot of teams going 13-4. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, 13-4. Good year this year. But I'm going to make another prediction. This is their last good year. If they don't win the Super Bowl this year, they're not going to be in contention for another 4 or 5 years. Or at least 3 or 4 years unless they steal a quarterback. Because this is Aaron Rodgers last year with the Packers. I'm very confident in saying that. Very confident in saying that. Vikings. With the games I predicted so far, I had them going 4-3. Let's make some picks here, shall we? Cardinals. All right, let's start with divisional games. How about that? Let's see. They're going to sweep the Lions. I'll give them that. You know what? And I'll be generous. I'll be generous. I don't know about the Bears. But we'll get to the Bears. Let's start with the Cardinals, Vikings. Cardinals, Vikings. I'm going to go this one the Cardinals. I think they squeeze. Quarterback plays better. Running back goes to the Vikings. Defense is pretty split for me, but I think the Vikings might edge out a little bit better. I'll go with the Vikings. How about that? But they're not going to beat the Seahawks. But I'll give them the Panthers. Cowboys, tough. That's a tough one. Cowboys' offense is no joke, but the defense is atrocious. So I can see the Vikings really... I can see this being a high-scoring game that I think the Vikings edge out on. So there you go. I'll give the Vikings the win here. I'll give them a loss against the 49ers. I'll give them the loss against the Rams. The Bears... They'll split. They'll split. The Bears are going to suck this year, I think. But, you always got to, divisional games are a different breed, man. The different breed. Going 10-7. Yeah. That's about what I have, Matt. Pretty good year this year. The Bears are not going to have a good year this year. Now, trust me, I know. I think Justin Fields is going to be good. I think the Bears could have a good year next year or the year after that. But they're going to have to work on their defense. Their defense is regressing a bit. Their defense is, they lost a couple pieces. They have Allen Robinson, who's a great weapon, but they don't have that many great weapons on offense. Offensive line is really struggling as well. Yeah, I think that the Bears have the rookie quarterback struggle. So I'm giving the Bears a rough year this year. And that's good. Good for my team because my team has their number one pick. But we'll get to that. I'll say one thing right now. They will lose against the Rams, but they'll beat the Lions. I'll give the Raiders the win here, as well as the Bucks and the 49ers. They're sweeping the Lions. Yeah, they'll sweep the Lions. I'll give them an upset win against the Cardinals. Upset win. I know. Crazy. I'm a crazy person. Upset win. But they're going to lose to the Seahawks. Going to lose to the Giants. I have them at 5-12. That's what I have them at, 5-12. I could even see him winning 4 games. I gave him a generous win against the Cardinals. I might go back on that when I get to the Cardinals. We'll see. If the Texans aren't the worst team in football, the Lions are. But that's not a bad thing. Now, I know Lions historically have been really bad and they want to be good. I don't fucking blame you. I do not fucking blame you. If I was Lions fans, I wish you guys would be good too. Truth is, you're not. Got a rookie coach. Jared Goff is a downgrade. You drafted offensive line, which is good. Not going to translate to winning games immediately. You built your offensive line, then you get your weapons. You don't have your weapons. But I love your draft picks. Especially first round. You got fucking Slater, who's a fucking great. They got Slater or they got Penny Sewell? Sorry, they didn't get... Shit, I always get them mixed up. I think it's Penny Sewell is what they got. They got Penny Sewell. But, we'll see. They're losing with the 49ers. Let me tell you what games they're gonna win. Okay? Let me tell you what games they're gonna win. If I had to pick... what did I pick? I say the Texans are going to be the worst team at 2 wins. I will give the Lions at least 2 wins. I will give them upsets. It's going to have to be divisional, though. And it's going to have to be the Bears. So I'll go back on this one. What would that put the Bears at? 4 wins? Nah, I think the Bears are... I like the Bears at 5 wins. I genuinely do. I'll give the Lions a couple upset wins. How about that? And they're gonna have to be at home though. I'll give them an upset win against the Eagles because they're both pretty bad. I think the Falcons. I can't pick the Eagles against the Falcons or the Seahawks. Even though I think the Falcons are gonna be bad. I think the Falcons are a step above. The Cardinals are winning this game. The Broncos are winning this game. I can't have them winning one though. I got to give them at least 3, or 2 or 3. So I will say that they will. Shit. I mean, the Rams are going to beat them. This is tough. I mean, who can I... Yeah, I don't know. Thinking about their defense. I mean, they really are a bad team. They actually may be the worst team, but I can't see 2 teams having 1 win this year. I just can't see that. I got to give them a win, and I'll give them an upset against the... You know what? We'll split against the Vikings. No, I can't give that. I can't do that. If I can't do it, I can't do it. I'm not going to force anything. But I got to give the Texans the number 1 pick here. And I got to give an upset. I don't know, man. I don't see any upsets here. Sorry. This is it. 2-1 team wins. Let's see if I'm right on that one. Bold predictions here. Buccaneers are going to fucking destroy the Cowboys week 1 and then destroy the Falcons. Both have really bad defenses, especially the Cowboys and the Falcons. But, yeah. Look, you're the Falcons defensive coordinator now, or the coach now, defensive coordinator of the Cowboys. It's going to be bad. Rookie cornerbacks, they have a cornerback hurt. Buccaneers are going to destroy them, as well as the Falcons. They're losing to the Rams. But they'll beat the Patriots. They'll beat the Dolphins. They'll beat the Eagles. They'll split against the Saints. Sorry. The Buccaneers are way better than the Saints. But divisional games are wacky, man. They're going to split there. The football teams, I could see that being a tough one, but I'll give them the football team. I'll give them the Giants. Though the Giants seem to always play well against Tom Brady. They almost beat them last year. I think the Giants have a better team, but yeah, I'm picking the Buccaneers in that one. Picking them against the Falcons as well. As well as the Panthers twice. Yeah. $14 wins. Are they really that good? I mean, they kind of are. This is an easy schedule too. Falcons, Cowboys, easy. Rams, I'm giving the Rams that one. Patriots is going to be closer than people think, but I think the Buccaneers got that one. The Dolphins and Bucks a little tough, but they easily eat the Eagles. They easily beat the Bears. The Saints, they split. Football team and Giants are tough, but I think they tougher than people think. As well, so are the Colts, but the Falcons. You know what? I'll give the Bills a win here. How about that? How's that look? 14-3 for the Bills. How's that look? Go Bills. There you go. 13-4. There you go. There you go, boys. 13-4. How about that? How do you like that? Saints. Defense regressed. Drew Brees is gone, but Jameis Winston, I honestly think Drew Brees had a rough year last year. Taysom Hill came in and he did all right. I think with the coaching, he's going to do all right now. Michael Thomas' situation's rough. You don't have Michael Thomas, that's rough. But you have Alvin Kamara, who's fucking great. Offensive line is good, but not phenomenal. And defense is regressed. So I have them beating the Saints. The Giants. Can I look at the Giants' schedule really quick? No, you know what? I'll have the Saints. I might change that when I get to the Giants, but I have the Saints for now. I'll give the football team. Football team will beat the Saints. I think with the Giants and football team, the Saints lose one of them. I hope it's the Giants because I'm a Giants fan. But I think they beat the Giants and lose the football team. They also lose the Seahawks, but they beat the Falcons. They sweep the Falcons. How about that? How do you like that? Boom. They'll split the Panthers, though, actually. I'm going to give the Panthers the win here. They split the Panthers. I can't say the Panthers are going to lose every game they're going to play. I mean, look at that. Yeah, there you go. Split that. They beat the Eagles. They, you know what? They lose to the Cowboys. How about that? How about that? Give the Cowboys. I gotta give every team a they overachieve and they're gonna underachieve. Puts them at 8-9. I don't like that. I changed my mind on that. 9-8 is better. That's what I see. I could see 8-9 now, but I'm gonna give 9-8. 9-8. I like that. Panthers. Jets are gonna beat them week 1. Calling it there, but they'll split the Saints. They'll beat the Texans. Cowboys will beat them, but they'll beat the Eagles. They're gonna lose to the Giants, I think. I think they'll split with the Falcons. I think the Cardinals beat them. I think football team beats them. I do not have them at 5 wins. I'm going to be a little generous and put them at 6. So I'm going to give them a... May I split division 2 and 4? I mean 2 and 4? Yeah, I can't... Wait. They should have 3 because they'll split the Saints. Yeah, they'll split the Falcons, right? What am I... They'll split the Saints and Falcons. But I'm missing something here. This doesn't add up for me. I should have them at 6 wins. I have them at 6 wins this year. Oh, wait. Why did I give them the Dolphins? Oh, I gave them upset. Yeah. Upset against the Dolphins. There you go. That's their upset. I have them at 6 wins, though. I genuinely have them at 6 wins. I think they're a 6-win team. So I'm going to give them... I'm going to give them an upset. I already gave them an upset, though, with the Dolphins. I can't give them that many more upsets. Is there a reasonable game here? Is there a reason? No. 5 wins, I guess. I can't be any more reasonable. Tough schedule. Playing the NFC South. Tough schedule. Falcons. I have them at 2-10 so far, and it's not going to get much better. But they'll beat the Eagles week 1. But they'll lose to the Buccaneers. They'll lose to the Giants. They'll lose to the football team. They'll lose to the Cowboys. And I think they'll lose to the 49ers. They're 3-13. They're 3-14. Bad year. Bad year for the Falcons. Matt Ryan is not getting any younger. They don't have a good running back core at all. Their wide receiver core. I love Calvin Ridley. He is phenomenal. One of the best number 2s in the game, and now he's number 1. We'll see how he does. Kyle Pitts is great. He's gonna have a great year. You know who else had a good rookie year? Saquon Barkley. They won 5 games their rookie year. But I'll be generous. I'll give them another win here. Fuck it, they split with the Saints. No, I can't. I got the Saints have 9 wins. They don't split with the Saints. They split with the Panthers. Who else can I possibly give the Falcons a win over? You know what? No. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, I just can't justify any more picks here. The Falcons have a tough schedule, tough year. Tough division. 3-5-9-13 wins. Tough division. Let's go to my boys. The G-Men. You know what? I can do this with my eyes closed. Are you ready? Watch this. Are you ready for this? I already have, because I'm a Giants fan. So, of course, I have. Are you ready? We're sweeping the Eagles. That's the first step. We're sweeping the Eagles. No doubt about it. Eagles are going to suck this year. We're sweeping the Eagles. We'll split with the Cowboys. I'll be generous there. I think we're going to win week 1 against the Broncos. I think that the Broncos run... It's going to be a tough in-the-trenches game. Pretty evenly teams here. How many wins are the Broncos? 5? All right. That's really... okay. I think the Broncos actually be better than that, but Giants beat them there. Did I not pick the Broncos schedule? I forgot to pick the Broncos schedule. Sorry. Give me a second. Did I not pick the Raiders schedule either? I didn't finish the Broncos and Raiders. I just realized that right now. Broncos will split with the Raiders. I think they beat the Eagles. I think they will shockingly beat the football team, lose to the Cowboys. Yeah, 8-9. That's what, or 9-8 rather. No, sorry. Cowboys win here. They just make Cowboys match up well. No, yeah, well, secondary's good, but it's a good matchup. Yeah, sorry. Raiders now. Let me pick the Raiders. I'm sorry. Giants beat the Raiders. Cowboys beat. Nah, they get split. I'm gonna give. They beat the No. They beat the Cowboys. They lose to the football team. How about that? They beat the Eagles. Tough schedule. Really tough schedule. Yeah. Tough schedule. 6 wins. I said they're going to be better than I think they are, but I changed my mind on that, I guess. Looking at their schedule. They're tough. Tough schedule. All right, now let's get back to the Giants. The Giants split with football team. Something's not adding up here. I don't have them winning 11 games. I have them winning 10 games. Something is not adding up here. Oh, no. Win, loss, win. Loss. They're going to lose to the Rams. I'm going to the Rams and Giants game. That's the game. I'm going to that game, but they're going to lose to the Rams. They beat the Panthers. They lose to the Chiefs. They beat the Raiders. They lose to the Bucks. You know what? I'm going to give the Chargers this one. Between the Chargers and Dolphins, they lose one of those games. I think they win one, they lose one. Yeah, I'll give it to the Chargers. I'll be nice. That puts the Chargers at 10 wins, which makes me happy. I think that's what they'll be at. I think the Giants are also a 10-win team this year. Shocking, I know. I'm a Giants fan. Maybe I'm biased, but I think they're going to have a good year this year. But I think so is the football team. You know, they beat the Chargers. They beat the Giants. They lose to the Bills. They beat the Broncos. They beat the Saints. Lose to the Chiefs. Packers and Broncos. And the Bucks. Tough stretch there. Beat the Panthers. Lose to the Seahawks. But they're going to split with the Cowboys. And I think they sweep Philly. Philly's going to be bad this year. Yeah, that's what I have. 9 wins. I could see the football team having 10 wins and the Giants having 9 wins. I could see that go either way, but Cowboys. You know what? I say Cowboys split with the Eagles. Their defense is so bad. I'm going to have them split. I had them beating the Cardinals. Shocking game there. They beat the Cardinals. But looking at this, I'm pretty confident. 7 wins. 7 wins. Maybe 8. Maybe 8 wins. You know what? I have them split the Giants. That's fair. Football team, wait a minute. Yeah, split the football team. They're yeah. Yep. I'm pretty happy with this. But I could see them winning one more game. I'll give them one more game. I will give them the... You know what? I'll give them the Vikings. Vikings win 9-8. 9-8. Cowboys go 8-9. Yeah. The Eagles are going to be... I think the Lions, the Texans are going to be bad because their rosters are bad. The Eagles have some good pieces on defense, some good pieces on offense. Jalen Hurts sucks. I'm sorry. Jalen Hurts is not going to be a good quarterback this year. Basically his rookie year. Going to have it rough. Let's go over their wins. You know what? I'll be a little generous. For them. mean, they're losing here. I mean, no, I don't know. I don't have much here. There's no way they're only winning one game, though. There's not 3 teams winning one game. I will give them the Jets. How about that? They upset the Jets this year. Or I guess not upset. I don't know if it's an upset, but they'll beat the Jets. This damn thing won't let me pick the goddamn the Eagles. Hello? Did it register? And I gave him an upset against the Chargers, too. Sorry, my page. I give him 3 wins. Eagles are going to suck this year. But they're also kind of rebuilding. It's tough. Tough. But I'll give them against the Jets. No, I don't have them beat the Chargers. What am I saying here? I need to give them 3 wins. You know what? I'll give them the Panthers. What do I have the Panthers at? 4 wins? Nah, I had the Panthers at 5 wins. I guess I'm like, oh, I just throw out win numbers, but they don't add up. They don't add up. Broncos. They're not splitting with the Giants. Not splitting with the football team. I'll give them a split against the Cowboys because the Cowboys' defense isn't that good. Are there any really bad defenses they're going against? I mean, 2-15? Yeah. Fuck it. Maybe I just hate the Eagles that much. Biased, I know. I'm a little biased, I guess. Sorry. Rams are going to have a great year this year. They'll split with the Seahawks. They'll also split with the Cardinals. And they will also split with the 49ers. Which have them at 14-3. And I am good with that. Great defense. Matt Stafford's an upgrade. I'm good. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I'm good with that. Number 1 seed. Rams are the number 1 seed this year. They also running back for the year, but they got Sony Michel. That's expendable. Number 1 seed. I hate to say it because I won the Giants-Rams game, but number 1 seed. There you go. Boom. How do you like them apples? Cardinals, final team. Let's see. Titans. I mean, this is already picked for me, right? Yeah. Well, no, I haven't done the Seahawks yet. Let's do the Seahawks first. I guess we're picking the games right here. I'll go to the 49ers as well. 49ers and Seahawks. I'll have them split. And I'll be generous and have them split with the Cardinals as well. So there we go. 7-8. Yeah, I like that. The Cardinals at 7-8 I don't love. I mean, I don't love. But only because if they split with their divisions, right? They go 2-2 in the division. And the Vikings go, yeah. Oh, well. Wait, I got to pick them. They split with the 49ers. I'll be generous. 8-8 or 8-9. Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury might get fired, I think. Yeah. I think they have a rough year. Offensive line's a little rough. 8-9. I could even see them going 7 wins, honestly. I think people were a little high on them last year. Is that every team, though? Let me make sure I'm looking. It needs to add up to 6. Or it needs to add up to... Let's see. 8, 14, 14, 14, 2, 8, 9... Yeah, okay. So playoff games then. Ravens. Ravens are going against the Chargers at home. I'll give it to the Ravens. There we go. So the Chargers lose to the Ravens. Is that correct here? Is that what I got here? Yeah. That's their season. Pretty good season for the Ravens. The Browns. The Browns beat... Oh, I don't know. The Titans? That's a tough game. I mean, this is so hard to predict this. This is when we get in the territory where it's like, wait, this is dumb predictions. But I'm going to give it to the Browns. I'll be a little generous there. Give it to the Browns. So that means the Titans... Yeah, Titans are out. The Bills are going to not be in the playoffs for some reason. Oh, do I have them losing to someone? I don't know. Chiefs beat the Patriots, so the Patriots are out. Yeah, I don't know why the Bills aren't here. Oh, here we go. They play the Browns. I got you because they had a bye week. They beat the Browns. How about that? They beat the Browns. So we got the Ravens and Chiefs. Here we go. Upset. Ravens win in an upset. How do you like that? And then between the Ravens and Bills, the Bills win. Bills representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. That's my prediction. NFC. Let's get to it. Packers beat the 49ers. Surprising win. The Buccaneers play the football team again and beat them. The Giants... I almost don't even care who it is I'm picking against them, I'm being honest with you. Yeah, the Seahawks beat them. The Rams will have a bye weeks. Oh, but then they play the Seahawks, right? Rams will beat them. Who the hell do the 49ers play? Oh, they lost to the Packers, yeah. What do we got now? Packers and Bucks again? I'm going to save that game. Who are the Rams playing? Shit. It froze again. Sorry, guys. It's a long-ass video, man. Surprises last this long. Where am I at here? I was picking the Rams game. Oh, the Rams beat the Seahawks. Who am I missing then? Oh, I guess the Buccaneers. I'm going to make a wild prediction. Packers win this one. Revenge game. They win. Who fuck cares? This doesn't even matter. But the Rams beat the Packers. So is it going to be the Rams and the Bills? Or the Rams that played... Oh, this didn't save. It's not safe or something? Moral of the story is I have the Rams and Bills going at it in the Super Bowl. And I have the Bills winning it in the Super Bowl. That is my prediction this year. I know, crazy. Rams, Bills. Rams win. Hope you enjoyed this stupid-ass video where I'd probably be wrong about most of my predictions. I'm almost always wrong. But maybe I'm a homer for having 10 wins for the Giants. Maybe. But we'll have to see. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I can't go in depth on every single team. Watch my New York Giants hype video. We're hyped for the Giants this year. Go G-Men. We'll see how everyone else does. But a little bit harsh on some teams. A little bit lenient on other teams. But we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time. Peace out.